Hi there, I'm Hannah Wilson and I'm a young carer and part of Newcastle's Young Carers, and I am 22 years old.
Can you tell us about the event that's taking place at the hotel today?
Of course, it's a really important event to raise awareness about what young carers are and what we've been going through. It's focused at people who are part of GPs, schools, so education and health, and it's really important that people just learn a bit more, get a bit more information, so that way be able to help more people in the future, as often people don't often understand that they are carers.
Tell us a bit about your experiences as a young carer in Newcastle.
For me, I am a young carer. Well, I was a young carer for both my grandparents and sometimes for my mum. Unfortunately, I lost my granny recently, but I'm still caring for my granddad. It has been lots of really good experiences and a lot of really bad. I first started caring for them when I was about 10 years old, but I was not realised to be a carer until I was about 16 years old, which created a lot of hard times where there was a lot of pressure, and I ended up really struggling physically and mentally. But then when my GP did actually realise that I was a young carer, it was such an important point for me, because it meant I was able to get in contact with Bernardo's for young carers, and they were such a great support, and then brought me on to here, to Newcastle Young Carers, and I cannot emphasise too much about how good they've been and how much they've done to support me.
So what advice would you give to a young person who maybe thinks they're a carer, they might think they've got a caring role? What advice would you give to those guys?
My advice is to never underestimate how much you're doing for a person, because they could be your family member, a friend, a neighbour, and because you're close to them and care about them, you see it as only natural to do this for them, but you never truly realise the pressure you're putting on yourself. If you're unsure, maybe even debating, even just a tiny voice in the back of your head saying maybe, just get in contact with someone who will be able to support you. Look online, there's loads of resources, go to your GP, have a chat with them, because often you need someone else from the outside perspective to look in, and that can help you to no end, and there's never any harm in asking.